I got bullied in high school, and I ended up becoming his wife. Hi Reddit, I've been lurking here for a while and have decided to share my story. It's a long one, and I hope you'll bear with me. I never thought I'd be posting something like this, but I really need advice and support right now. I was a quiet, shy boy in high school. I always kept to myself, avoided conflict, and did my best to blend into the background. Unfortunately, that made me an easy target for bullies. There was one bully in particular who made my life a living hell. Let's call him Mark. Mark was the quintessential high school jock, popular, athletic, and confident. He seemed to have it all, and I was just the opposite. Mark tormented me daily. He'd shove me into lockers, call me names, and humiliate me in front of others. It was relentless, and I was miserable. I struggled with my identity during those years, feeling like I was living a lie. I knew deep down that I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, but I didn't have the courage to face it or even understand what it meant. After graduating, I moved away for college, determined to start fresh. It was during those college years that I finally accepted who I was. I began my transition and started living as a woman. It wasn't an easy journey, but I finally felt like myself. I looked like any other girl, and for the first time in my life, I felt truly happy. A few years after graduating, I ran into Mark. I was out with friends at a bar, and there he was. I was initially terrified that he would recognize me and start tormenting me again, but he didn't. Instead, he introduced himself and tried to flirt with me. He had no idea who I was. I was stunned, to say the least. As crazy as it sounds, we started dating. Mark had changed a lot since high school. He was kinder, more mature, and genuinely seemed to care about me. I was hesitant at first, but eventually I fell in love with him. He knew I was transgender early in our relationship, but he didn't know that I was the boy he used to bully. Fast forward a few years, and we got married. Our wedding was beautiful, and I was ecstatic. But ever since the wedding, I've been struggling with whether or not to tell him the truth about my past. He loves me as I am now, but I'm terrified that knowing the truth would change everything. I don't want to lose him, but I also don't want to build our life on a foundation of lies. I'm at a crossroads and don't know what to do. Should I tell him the truth and risk everything? Or should I keep my past buried and continue living the life we've built together? Update 1. Hi Reddit, thank you all for the overwhelming support and advice on my original post. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, and I wanted to give you an update on what's happened since then. After reading your comments and thinking long and hard, I decided to tell Mark the truth. It wasn't an easy decision, but I knew it was the right one. I couldn't continue living with this secret, and our relationship deserved honesty. I sat Mark down one evening and told him everything. I explained my past, my struggles in high school, and how he was a big part of that. I told him about my transition and how I became the person he fell in love with. I could see the shock and confusion on his face as I spoke, but he listened to everything I had to say. When I finished, there was a long silence. Mark looked devastated. He got up and left the house without saying a word. I was heartbroken and terrified that I had just destroyed our marriage. Update 2. Hi Reddit, it's been a few weeks since I told Mark the truth, and I wanted to update you all on what's happened. Mark came back the next day, but things have been incredibly tense between us. We've had a lot of difficult conversations, and it's been an emotional roller coaster for both of us. He's been struggling to process everything, and I understand why. It's not easy to find out that the person you love has such a complicated past, especially when you played a part in their pain. Despite the challenges, Mark has been trying to understand and come to terms with everything. He admitted that he feels guilty and ashamed of how he treated me in high school. He also said that he loves me and wants to work through this together. We've started couples therapy to help us navigate these complicated emotions and rebuild trust. It's going to be a long journey, but I'm hopeful that we can come out stronger on the other side. Update 3. Hi Reddit, I wanted to give you one final update on our story. It's been a few months since I told Mark the truth, and things have slowly started to improve. Therapy has been incredibly helpful for both of us. We've been able to talk openly about our feelings, fears, and hopes for the future. Mark has been making a real effort to understand my experiences and support me. He's apologized numerous times for his past behavior, and I can see that he genuinely wants to make amends. Our relationship is not perfect, and we still have a lot of work to do. But we're committed to each other and to making this work. I'm grateful for the support and advice from this community. It's helped me find the courage to be honest and face this challenge head on. Thank you all for being there for me during this difficult time. Your words of encouragement and wisdom have meant the world to me. Here's to hoping for a brighter future together. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.